Brunnberg, and I'm the director of this Architecture Film Festival. Very welcome. We will start this first evening with a short film about this museum and about the importance of the sketch.
Skissen är ett arbetsredskap. Skissen låter oss pröva nya idéer. Skissen låter oss på ett enkelt sätt gå i en riktning för att sen kanske vända tillbaka, gå i en annan riktning. När betraktaren bjuds in i skissprocessen så öppnas ju en dörr till någonting som i de allra flesta fall även idag sker i det fördolda. Det är friheten i skissprocessen, tror jag, som gör det möjligt för nya idéer att uppkomma. Just det att vi vågar prova någonting som vi kanske inte hade vågat prova om vi gick direkt på att försöka skapa det som då är kanske det färdiga verket, vare sig det är någonting vi skriver eller någonting vi bygger eller ett konstverk.
Mycket estetiskt vackert. Mer har jag inte hunnit fundera.
Tack så mycket. Ja. Aha. Joshua.
Can you speak about your use of projection in making film?
Yeah. We're two architects and we have this studio called Within Walls. And normally we work with architectural representation, and normally our films are quite short and full of information with a specific point about architecture. And they're a part of a way of starting a discussion about architecture. But this film was different. It was the aim wasn't to produce a film with a specific point. It was more to try to make an artistic work that was as much a sketch as the story of the film. So we tried to make this new way of tearing down the border between the two-dimensional images and the three-dimensional space. And in a way, we wanted to make a film about a building process and the creative process as well, but we wanted to make the film as much a bodily experience. So we tried to see if we could create a spatial film, even though it's two-dimensional, but we wanted to make it three-dimensional. So it was just as much a sketch as a final piece.
Yeah, I can just add about the techniques by when you project a film like this on, you film the film, then you project the film, and then you film the film again. And there has been some technical issues on the way, so it's kind of a hard way to work with this kind of projections. I don't know if you've tried it, but I think in our process we try to have as much as an open process along the way as we could, and that's kind of hard also when you work with the film media. So trying to be open use this technique as a sketch was maybe don't try this at home if you don't have a lot of time. That's what I want to say. Yeah.
Did you have a sketch for the film? What was your pre-production process?
Yeah, we did have a lot of sketches, but they aren't worthy to show because well, we're working together, and most of our creative process is actually talking, and that's quite difficult to capture because we do some sketches, but a lot of them aren't quite easy to read. But they're easy to read if you have a lot of talking around them at the same time. So we have a lot of sketches, but then at the same time we wanted to have an open process. So we made some dogmas, like some rules, when we filmed the building process for almost 2 years. We only filmed specific spaces and in very, very specific ways, only in like this space, for instance, we were always in one end or the other. We wouldn't be in a corner, for instance. So we had all of these dogmas, and then we tried to make it when we tried to make it three-dimensional with the projections. It was more a bodily sketch. So Moa would be filming, and she would be behind the camera, and then the artist would be walking in between the projections, and it would be a live sketching, sort of, because when you filmed it, it had to be the perfect shot. We did it like 2 or 3 times for each little part, and then you had to time it perfectly with the music and the projections. So it was a way of testing with your own body during the process.
Okay, one more short question. If there is any.
Yeah, I was curious. You said you're architect. Do you have your own office? So you said you make films for architecture presentation, or about architecture. So I'm very curious. Do you sell your projects through films, or what's the deal?
I mean, mostly we do films that raises a discussion about architecture. So it can be films that are within a research project, for example. So it's not films about selling architecture, but more to raise discussions about how architecture affects our human minds and our bodies. So it's we use the film media as a research tool. And often we use the media much more diagrammatic, where we divide the architecture components to raise a discussion about how architecture affects us today and the architectural climate. That's been more and more technical.
And